Hey everyone, it's Lainey and welcome to my channel. If you are new to my channel, I'm so glad that you are here, and if you are returning to my channel, thank you so very much. I really appreciate it. You guys, I'm just gonna start my video out a little bit different. Today I'm riding the struggle bus. I went to the gym this morning. It is my new daily routine, you guys. I'm trying to get on that healthy train for 2019. So that means I don't have my coffee until afterwards, but I wanted to film this first, so I haven't had any coffee today. So today's getting ready, filming has been a struggle. My brain is not working. And then I had camera difficulties. Whew, you guys. I have been wanting to film this video for quite a while now. It is a foundation that I absolutely am obsessed with from the drugstore, and I don't see anybody talking about it. It is so good. It is so underrated. I don't know why. So I want to do a full day wear test for you guys. So if you want to see that, then stick around. But before we do that, I have to do my question of the day. So today's question of the day is just because of the fact that I am wanting to be better and count my blessings more. And so today's question of the day is just leave something in the comments down below that you are really thankful for this week. For me, I'm going to have to say it is that I am starting my week off right. It is Monday today. I have to work this afternoon. But I went to the gym. It would have been so easy to say that I don't need to go because my throat is hurting. My husband's been sick with a cold, and I think he gave it to me. Thank you, husband. But I was like, nope, you're going to the gym, and I did it. So that is something I am thankful for. Leave whatever you are thankful for this week down below. All right, guys, let's dive on into the wear test. Before we dive into the application of the Rimmel Stay Matte Foundation, I just want to tell you a little bit about it. So they have, I think, 18 shades currently, and there for a while they only had I think it was 5 or 6 shades. And I sent them a message probably about 4 or 5 months ago, and I was like, hey, you guys should really consider expanding your shade range because it is a really good foundation, and that way more people could use it. And they actually responded back that they were already working with Walmart and expanding their shade range, so I think that's what the new 18 range is. Now, would a few more shades be nice? Most definitely. But do I think about 20 is pretty normal for drugstore right now, and actually better than normal for drugstore? Because let's be real, a lot of drugstore foundations only have 4 to 7 shades, which is not enough. So 18 is okay, I'm okay with that. 20 to 25 would be even better. But they do have the full range. I mean, they have all the way down from fair all the way to a deep chocolate, which looks like a really deep shade. So at least they do have the full range from fairest to deep. Now I'm using the fairest shade today, that is Fair Ivory, and it is actually a little bit too light for me, which is actually a good thing. So this one I'm going to have to warm up on my skin because it's a little bit too light, but I can get away with it. It comes in at $4.97, and it says it is a feather light, have a moussey consistency that stays all day and controls oil, and it won't leave you feeling heavy or greasy. I agree with all of those. I think this wears really beautifully on the skin, and it has a really good coverage. I'm going to do one half of my face. What is going on here? That is much better. Something about my camera setup was not right for a second. It was driving me crazy. So for today's application, I'm going to put a brush, you guys, the struggle is real. I haven't had my coffee today. I'm just going to be real with you. I have not had my coffee. My brain is not working. So I'm going to use a brush on one side. I'm going to use the Luxie 532 and then my Real Technique sponge on the other. I usually apply this with a brush, and then I like to kind of buff it out with a sponge just to get rid of any brush strokes. Definitely with a brush, you're going to get the most coverage. I mean, that's some coverage, you guys. And it just blends out so easily. Now, I will say the brush, this foundation with the moussey texture, you will get brush strokes, so that's why I then prefer to pat it out with a sponge. So I did one little squeeze and then another little squeeze to do the forehead, and then add a little bit more in the cheek area. I just love the consistency of this foundation. It's that velvety, moussey consistency. It just blends out so easily. You don't have to be a pro, you don't have to be an expert, you don't have to really work hard for it. I mean, come on. That looks good. When you first apply it, you're like, oh, that's a lot of brush strokes. But then, as you kind of buff it out, it does go away. But I am going to pounce it over top just a little bit, especially around the nose. That's where I see the most brush strokes. And then just pounce. But like that took me literally no time at all. No time. I don't even know if I've ever actually applied this with the sponge, so I'm kind of curious. So, yeah, I don't like the sponge. Because it is that moussey consistency, I feel like going in first with the sponge, it's a little patchy because it kind of picks up in some areas. It's not horrible, and you can make it work. It's not one of those that it patches up and it stays patchy. It will buff in. But I just feel like the brush and then the sponge really is what gives you the most flawless application. But honestly, like the coverage is still pretty dang good on the sponge side. I'm not really noticing a difference, which right there is impressive because even high-end foundations, a lot of times you will see a huge difference from the brush side to the sponge side. Now, if you like really natural looking foundation, this isn't going to be it. I mean, you can tell I am wearing foundation besides the fact that I look real pale right now. You can really tell that I am wearing foundation. And I will do an all-day wear test for you guys. Honestly, like I'm not blending anymore. I mean, this blends out like you saw in seconds. I'm really just pushing it into the skin. Because this is one of those consistencies where it's got that velvety finish and it can sort of sit on top of the skin. Not where it's not pretty or anything, it's just that the more you kind of push it in, the more it just totally sinks into the skin and becomes more of one with your skin. Like it's becoming more and more natural looking and skin-like the more I push it in. I'm going to bring you in close so you can really see what my skin looks like, but I feel like everything looks so nice and it's so affordable. Like it just looks so pretty. It's like a very soft matte. It doesn't look cakey. It just looks so pretty and my pores look so good. I'm going to go ahead and finish up my face and then I will check back in with you guys and you can just see how everything went over top. Okay, I'm back early because I just had an idea, so I'm looking real pale right now. I know. Bear with me. I just did my concealers. I did my little combo of ColourPop and Jouer under the eyes, and then I set it with the new Makeup Revolution under eye baking powder. That's why I'm looking so light under the eyes right now because I got the lightest one. But I want to go in with my bronzer, and I'm doing something very different than I normally do. I usually set my entire face with powder. Every once in a while, when I'm feeling really bold, I won't with the right foundation. This foundation sets down literally so well. Like, I feel like it could label itself self-setting, like the whole Makeup Forever concealers, because this is like not really tacky at all. It has set down really nicely. I did set down anywhere I put concealer, and I'm getting a little caked up right here around the nose, but I feel like all foundations really struggle around the nose, so I'm not picking up more powder. I'm just using what's left of the brush, what's left on the brush, and just kind of pushing that around because around the nose it was looking a little funny. I'm going to go with my bronzer, not setting my face, and see what happens. This could go really badly. I'm using my City Bronzer by Maybelline. I love this, especially right now when I'm so fair. It is just like the perfect bronzer. It is in the shade 100. It gives life back to my face because, as you can tell, I was looking really pale. You guys, I can never film again without coffee. This is just, the struggle has been real. But like, that laid down so nicely. My hair's going a little staticky. But that laid down so nicely. This one I do have to build up because it is such a light bronzer, but I actually like that. Like, this is the first time I've tried a light bronzer. I'm usually kind of bronzer crazy. I really like to bronze, but I love that I can build this one up, bring the life back into my skin without it looking crazy. So many times I've had to, like, take away. I've had to go in with lighter powders over top to tame my bronzer. Bronzer. But this one, I can build it up to where I want it. I am going to bring it down by the ear. Flip my earrings back up. I love these earrings, by the way. And then I'm just going to, I always bronze right in here because I feel like around the chin needs a little definition. This bronzer is amazing, you guys. I'm obsessed. And that buffed out so well without having to set my entire face, you guys. This foundation, I don't know why people are not talking about it. I do not see anybody talking about this on YouTube. It is so nice. I look flawless. I honestly look airbrushed right now, and I really mean that. Like, my skin looks totally airbrushed. And I feel so much better now that I have some life back in my face. Love that. I'm gonna go in with some blush. My really old, don't judge me, really old Love Flush palette. And I'm gonna pick up, I think, this shade, How Deep Is Your Love, because I feel like it will really complement what I have on the eyes. And let's just see how that applies, like if it grabs or patches up. And so far, no, it does not. Lately I've been bringing my blush up a little bit, like right in here. Some people may not like that, but I feel like it gives like a life, like a pretty like life, like I look real. I know I am real, but it just, I don't know. I like it, you guys. I don't know what to say. You guys, that just applied so nicely. Oh, I'm obsessed. Totally obsessed. I'm gonna pop on some highlighter. Wet n Wild. It's a Wet n Wild kind of day. Blossom Glow. Everything just looks so pretty on top of it. I mean that. Then what I always do is then I just go over the outside edges of my highlighter just to kind of buff it into the skin. But you guys, I'm going to finish up my under eye, throw on some lipstick, and then we will do a final check-in before I go on with my day. Before I do anything else to the face, I want you guys to get a really close-up look at what I'm looking like, because I do want to use a setting spray today just because I want a little tiny bit more glow than I have going on since I do have winter skin right now. So I'm going to bring you in real close. So this is without any setting spray and just highlighter. I mean, it just looks so good, you guys. I'm obsessed with this foundation. Please ignore my crazy hair. I just do not feel like doing my hair today, you guys. I really do not feel like doing it. It's crazy hair day over here. Okay, so I'm going to go in with the spray I'm trying to use up. It is the Cover FX Illuminating Setting Spray. This one I like because for my skin, it doesn't give me that super greasy look. But you have to shake it up so well, otherwise you will have little glitters all over your face. Okay. I always do. I just love the mister on these though. I'm still staying on the outskirts of the face, not really hitting the center. I know that seems like a lot, but the mister is so fine. And then I always pat it in with my sponge. And I just feel like that brings like a little bit of glow, a little bit of life to the skin, making it look even more skin-like. You guys, I know earlier I said that if you want a really skin-like finish, you might not like this. But truthfully, this is the first time I haven't powdered it. I feel like really working it into the skin, no setting powder all over the face, and then a light mist of your favorite setting spray, and honestly, it looks pretty skin-like. I take that statement back. I just have to throw that out there. I take that statement back. Not setting it with the powder and taking that extra time to really work it into the skin, I feel like it looks really skin-like now. You guys! Let me bring you in one more time. One more time. So see how there's just that little extra bit of radiance? Like just, now it looks like skin. It looks like beautiful, beautiful skin. So yeah, I will check back in with you guys tonight when I get home from work. Okay guys, sorry about my puppy freaking out in the background. But here is in natural sunlight on my iPhone, so it gives you a more realistic view. Had it on for about an hour now. Okay guys, I am back and welcome to the Hot Mess Express. You guys! Whew. It was a Monday today. From the very start, it was a Monday today. It is now 1:45 to midnight. I'm absolutely exhausted. I have officially caught my husband's cold and I'm feeling like crap. It really hit me towards the end of my work day today. Whew. I was really ready to get home and it is time for me to go to bed, but I had to make sure I did my check-in for you guys, and I just want to throw something out there. This check-in is not going to go as well as planned for the main reason of the fact, like I said, I have a cold and I have been blowing my nose. So I have lost all sorts of foundation throughout here and out to here. I've worn this foundation many times and I really do not have problems with it rubbing off easily, but blowing your nose a lot, I feel like no foundation can stand up to that. But overall, honestly, I feel like this looks really, really good. I'm not super oily. My skin has been more on the normal oily versus just the oily with the crazy dry winter we've been having. But it has held up to my oils. Like on my chin, it's not like breaking apart and looking super weird. I've been wearing this for, what, 10 hours? So for 10 hours, it's worn really well. Like, right through here, I was leaning my head on my husband's shoulder, and none of this has worn off, which is a really good sign of how well it really does stay, besides when you're blowing your nose. My forehead looks so stinking good, honestly. The forehead and the cheeks look really, really good, and if it wasn't for the cold, I do believe my nose would look really, really good, but I still want to bring you guys in so you can really get a full-on look at this. I have not blotted or done anything like that. So definitely, I mean, a little bit of oil peeking through, but nothing terrible. In the summertime, I would still need to blot this or powder throughout the day. But honestly, like, my forehead looks so good. It has, this right in here is where I will get foundation kind of setting into my crinkles, but this one has not at all. So you guys, that is my overview. I'm sorry this video was not nearly as put together as I like it to be. Oh, but like I said today, I started my day without coffee and then I'm ending it with a cold. So it has just been, I'm just riding the waves of life, just riding it. But before I end this video, I have to do my shout out of the day. Today's shout out of the day is Missy Slater. She said, "Hey Lainey, so much lipstick there, so pretty." She was commenting on my last upload, which was my mega lipstick haul. If you haven't seen it, I purchased 50 lip products. I don't know if I'm proud or ashamed. I don't know. But Missy, thank you so much. I'm really glad you enjoyed the video, and thank you for the comment. Oh my gosh, I love when I see members of the Lash fam commenting. Missy, I am so glad that you are here and a part of the fam, so thank you so much. And yeah, guys, that is everything. If you haven't subscribed, then just go ahead and click the subscribe button. Just click it. It's right down there. It's free. It's fun. There's no reason not to. You want to join the positivity train. I mean, we have some pretty amazing members of the Lash fam. I have to toot our horn here. We're all awesome. Toot, 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 toot. But yes, so make sure you subscribe and follow me on Instagram. I try to be pretty interactive with you guys on Instagram because I love getting to know you better. And as always, please try to stay positive because at the end of the day, that is truly all we can try to do. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day.